Hello, this is Solomon looking at RUSE. I actually played a little bit recently. I haven't really been playing RUSE much because the player base is garbage. It's just it's so awful. But anyway, so I played 4 1v1s, 3 against Crumpets. I lost the first one, which was Soviets versus France on Strongholds, which is like pretty much impossible for France to win if the Soviet player isn't fucking up a lot. So here's our second game. This is on the 2v2 version of this map. We're doing a 1v1 on it. And we both went random, Italy versus Japan. And now, while the M15 start isn't really good in 1v1 and pretty inferior to the Varix, I decided to try out this game. I'll be honest, I haven't played in like a while, so I kind of forgot that Japan has RUSE. Yeah, don't do M15s against Japan, it's not going to work. Anyway, so I decided to do a double armor base. Instead of fully committing to the rush, I actually decided to go for a 4th depot. And fortunately, he does what I think he was going to do, which was armor base, AT base, which is a really solid opening in open terrain from Japan. But there's no recon. So it needs 2 depots behind. So I can just literally defend with infantry super easily by putting it in the forest. And it doesn't have recon, so I can't push through. Speaking out Haru, since he's anticipating the M15 rush. And now I'm just switching to heavy infantry. Well, right away, light infantry stopped the Harus from just running through, but didn't have any infantry. Argyle's coming out. Lots of Argyles. Have some light infantry just to stop anything from running through. Yeah, I'm like 2 depots ahead, so I'm like, Crumpets has to make something happen. Let's speed this up a little. Okay, see, now I go for the AT base. Now, Italian AT base is garbage. I mean, most AT bases are, almost all AT bases are garbage. But again, in 1v1s, there's a lot of possible... You never open an AT base, pretty much, unless you know your enemy's going to do an armor start. But... Man, it's been a while, I'm trying to think. But AT base is really, really good for, like, counter pushes against armor starts. And, like, heavy infantry AT pushes can be really, really strong early. Before the enemy has, like, 500-meter range armor. Even then, it can be potent if they don't have a whole lot of it. And again, he doesn't have recon. Like, he doesn't have heavy infantry or any sort of barracks. Like, you can't really counter this. Of course, he can counter it with sharpshooters or air or even artillery potentially. So I like, again, with every sort of AT heavy infantry push, you need to make it work before the enemy forms a response, since it is like you can definitely counter the AT part. You know, like, he's spending money trying to catch up on depots, which is really delaying his response. Like, he has some colonels coming out, but that's not going to do anything. I was researching sharpshooters, which could be really good because I actually didn't bring recon. There's no Saharianas in this stack, unfortunately. As you can see, I'm rushing across right away. There's no reason to wait. Like, you can't make any tanks since my AT guns are just going to kill it. And you obviously can't make any AT because of the heavy infantry. Like, there's zero reason to wait here. Just go right away. What base is this? I forgot. Oh, this is a 5th depot, actually. I took this one. Go ahead and capture the armor base and AT base. I never actually researched M15s. It doesn't matter. They have the same HE gun, I think. I'm not sure though. I'm pretty sure they do. Pillbox comes out, which is unsurprising. If I had like 4 more M15s, I could just kill it right away. But at least I have the shield of light units. Yeah, again, sharpshooters can be really problematic, but they're 15 supply and they have a really slow rate of fire, so. Again, the M13s are tanking the shots here, so that allows my infantry to get close, and I send another group of infantry off this way. Since if he actually fires off my infantry, he can just counter push and take this back. And he's on equal depots now, so I kind of don't want that to happen. But again, I have a couple more M13s come out. Still have the infantry pushing towards his barracks, and I end up capturing it. And that's just GG. Like, he has no protection except the single barracks. I think he's fucked. Yeah, I just had so much more income than him. Since I did a 4 depot start and he did a 2 depot start. UK versus Soviets on Shanghood is definitely so very Soviets. Well, every single map, Soviets are favored against UK. Like, I legitimately cannot think of a single map where UK is favored. Like, it doesn't exist. Because the Soviet barracks is like BA-11s kill Vickers. Soviet heavy infantry obviously kill UK heavy infantry. And the barracks is 10 supply instead of 30. Then UK doesn't have ground recon, so unless they build a 30 supply armor base with 30 supply armor recon. So yeah, there's every single time Soviets are going to be favored against UK. But I decided to do so I do 3 depot barracks airfield with a paratrooper. Now, obviously, the idea is to try to force out response to make them spend money, so he builds the AA base. But again, it was just kind of half-hearted. I wasn't really trying that much. I resigned myself to defeat. Because he can honestly just make a barracks, or just send some Guardia if he researches it in time. What was this supposed to be? Oh, it was a depot. But yeah, no, he ends up canceling it because of the paratrooper, so that's nice. Like, he's only on 2 depots right now, so I'm gonna get my 3 depots faster than him. So that's something. Not sure if it was worth it, but go double barracks. See, at least right now, I do have the threat of hurricanes to stop his BA-11s, so then he can't make BA-11s to kill my Vickers. Then my Vickers can stop his heavy infantry. Speed this up a little. He's making Orvia to fend off the paratrooper. No research guards. I can't really push here since I don't have recon. Okay, so I decided to try. Well, he made this unit right after I made radio silence. So I was like, fuck. Since I was going to try to radio silence my pair onto his barracks, which is very high opportunity cost and very high risk. Like, it wasn't worth it. It's basically cheese. Then he just spots it even. I tried playing at a radio silence, so it's 2 radio silences down the drain. 2 ruses, which is expensive. So I decided to drop here. Which I should have dropped it like somewhere else and just put it with the infantry to do a push. I mean, I guess I could have kept it on the map flying around if I want, but I was getting kind of tired of moving it around. He's on 4 depots now, and but now I'm sending out my 4th depot. Yeah, looking like I'm down 40 points, which is not good. Also down, and I'm well behind in depots. Anson come out. Makes another depot. I end up playing Fanaticism here. Yeah, I should have just backed off. It wasn't worth it. Sending out my 5th depot now. I'm doing a push for these infantry. Initially, I put these down to guard against probes from his Guardia, but now I'm using them to counterattack this depot. Send out a Hurricane to support. But he has like maybe I should have went right away. Well, I don't think it wouldn't have worked. If I had a second Hurricane, I could hit these two guys and probably push and make it work, but this didn't happen. Hit him again. So he does double camouflage. Or does... Huh. He only does one camouflage, but yeah, he's just depoting up now. And, yeah, I tried to push here again, but this didn't work. Like, I had the Hurricane hit the Cordia. So he puts down double camo and takes the depots. Now, at this point, I don't know. I just kind of assumed he was going to admins instead of trying to protect the depots, since that's kind of risky. Since I have air superiority. I mean, it's not super risky, since you can make the assumption that maybe I'm not going to scout it out. But I just assumed he was going to admins, since there's not really any possible continuation with Soviets. Like, the US will just get Persians and probably do a push, but like IS-2s are garbage. SU-100s are like, just no. Like, the Soviets just don't have any realistic continuation here besides air and economy. Like, if we're at, like, high income, you can get IS-3s and artillery, like heavy artillery, but we're not high income, so it's either air and or economy here. It's the only possible options. I'm swinging out Spitfires with the idea that I can just strafe away all his AA. I should have split bombers right away. Bombed his depots. Gets out his own airfield. I'm sending out flank guards, Vickers, and guards. I'm not doing a whole lot. Like, I mean, I'm not taking any losses either. Oh, I think do I lose the Hurricane? Yeah, I don't even lose the Hurricane here, which is really funny. Hey, it's just garbage by itself. Yeah, now here comes Wellington to do some bombing. So I go for this one first. So it's 6 depots against 5 depots. Yeah, he's only a 1 depot head, which is still a significant amount, but it's not huge. He has Jacks now. I was expecting him to have air, but I wasn't sure what amount. I was debating playing Decryption or not, but I never bothered. Then I see that he actually has camouflage depots over here. I'm like, oh, let me kill that. So yeah, I'm gonna knock him down to back to 5 depots once I do this. Oh yeah, I'm on 6 depots right now, so I'm actually gonna have the lead after this bombing run. Now at this point I camo since I'm building admins. I don't want him to see what I'm doing. Let's see if he played Decryption actually. Okay, so he did play Decryption, he knew what I was doing. Okay, getting Lancasters now since I was hoping he would think I was going admins, but I decided to just go bombers while I have air superiority in this bombers HQ. He's doing a ZSU push, which is ZSU heavy infantry pushes are good against air. Like I've done it in team games before, like on like strategists especially. I think I might pretty sure I uploaded a video where I did it recently, where I just ran through the mid for D and ZSUs. But even 1v, like any game mode against an air player, heavy infantry ZSU pushes are, you can definitely make them work. You can at least fight level 1 armor a little if you have more ZSUs, so. And they can kill bunkers and whatnot too, potentially. For fragile bunkers. Yeah, so here comes the next, so it's 5 Lancasters and a Wellington. I only need 4 Lancasters to kill the HQ, but I wanted to be sure. There's redundancy in case one of the Lancasters gets shot down. So I have 3 Ansons. So he tries to send out a second airfield, but it's kind of too late. And like he sends out Yaks, and I mean now it's Spitfires, so they're just gonna not do anything. Like it's too late. He does play Fanaticism, but it still doesn't matter. Because again, like 2 Yaks are gonna auto target 1 Spitfire, and like he only has 8 Yaks, and like it's just not gonna matter. Even if just like at the most, he's just gonna kill my Spitfires, but my bombers are still gonna get through here. Now, when you are defending against bomber rushes as Soviets or France, or just against superior fighters, here's what you do. You send in your first half of your Air Force. I mean, Crumpets couldn't do it in this situation. Like, he didn't have enough planes or time or space or anything. But generally, you send in the first half of your Air Force. That Air Force dies. Like, you send in the Yaks against, half your Yaks against the Spitfires. All the Yaks die. But all the Spitfires are now out of ammo, so they go back to base. Then you send in the other half of your Air Force, and you kill the bombers in the recon. Now, like, sure, you're going to lose a bunch of the Air Force, but you're going to stop the bomb run from, like, destroying you, so. Yeah, he kills, like, the 3rd recon is still alive, so. Kill both his airfields in his HQ, and now he's stuck to 3 admins, and depots aren't doing anything. Like, it's just kind of GG. Like, he still has barracks and AA bases. They can try to make something happen soon. Anyway, so my Anson wanders away. It's like, whoops, so I lose a bunch of infantry there. Seagulls. Make an AT base to deal with the ZSUs. Pretty poor micro for me, and I lose this depot over here. I'm just losing a bunch of units, but it's like whatever. He has no ruses. I'm ahead in economy. It's just like, try to kill some Guardia with the bombers, but I lose the Lancasters today, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He just surrenders because yeah, it's GG. That's sending out tanks. I mean, cruisers are dog shit tanks, but I mean, he doesn't really have any counter to the tanks here. Okay, now we're looking at. My God, I can't remember who this is. I know I played them against them before, and I recognize the profile. You're like, who is it? God, like, I recognize their profile picture. I just can't remember their name. Anyway, so we both go random. It's US versus UK, so this is kind of like automatically over for UK, unless I fuck up a lot. So I've called this the auto win start. It's an auto win against any non-aggressive UK start, but you go 1 depot, armor base, airfield, you just like win. You also do as you do it as Germany, Italy, US, I've never actually done it with Soviets. Since with Soviets, you just go like infantry, you just go heavy infantry, artillery, AA, and kill them. France, you can also do it with armor base, airfield, one depot. With Germany, you use the barracks instead of airfield. Also, with Italy, you use barracks. I mean, you use with Germany and Italy, you put down the barracks instead of an armor base. The thing is, though, while that works against any defensive UK start, it doesn't work against a hyper aggressive UK rush, like say double blitz, double barracks. Like an infantry rush is just gonna win there and kill you. Should do an airfield start. Anyway, so yeah, although I'm in the US, so I just opt for a defensive start since I know he's still gonna die. Like, he just can't win. And as US, or particularly as US, not with other nations too, it depends. But I like to do I like to threaten an infantry rush. Like I put a barracks down and put a second middle barracks. And if I see an opportunity to do infantry rush, I'll go for it. But it's not exactly my goal. Like I see what the enemy opening is, and I just decide if I do 4 depots or not, or if I do like some sort of delayed infantry rush with 4 depots. It just keeps my options open. He tries to do a Vickers push, but it can be really good because I only have barracks. But again, against UK, just put your light infantry out at the ambush points. So here, this guy's not actually in the forest, but here, here, maybe even if you need to, or here, like, yeah. Just put light infantry in ambush points. Come out with the Stewart. Gonna do a counter push of heavy infantry since I know he does not have any counters to this right now. AT base and AT bunker, but again, maybe I can make something happen. A follow-up plan. I'm not gonna build any more Stewarts or Lees because garbage units. Just gonna go straight Persians. Kill the outposts. If I had made more Stewarts, I would have just died to the 2-pounders that he's making, so. I'm doing heavy infantry push. Now I kind of bought just fuck this up. Now like I could either make no heavy infantry and just like, yeah, just get like a Persian or something. And so I just decided to make some infantry. Now what I should have done is I should have just completely doubled down on building infantry. Like I should have put it out on 3rd barracks even for faster production. Because the thing is, he has Vickers and guards, but he's on 1 barracks. It's gonna take him what, like I think 10 seconds, maybe only 5 seconds to make a Vickers. Loads. Wait, is this really 10 seconds? It takes him 10 seconds to make a Vickers, 5 seconds to make a guard. So if I had like more infantry here, like I actually could have broke through and killed him. I also should have kept Stewart alive. That would have zoned away the Vickers. Like, yeah, I almost won here. I should just double down on infantry instead of kind of half-assing it. I mean, I guess I killed 2 bunkers. I mean, it doesn't... I guess that's nice, but the bunkers weren't hurting me anyway, so it wasn't really any reasonable gain. Now, he decides to go a 50 depot. I was like, really? You're gonna go a 50 depot? Like, because I don't like... Well, it's not really good to be fighting behind on economy. Like, you just don't do it. Unless you just have a superior force, and it's just actually so much more cost effective in making units. But yeah, so I decided to send out my own 50 depot. So he's researching something here. I figured it was fireflies, since I'm getting Persians right now. So I usually go Persians against the UK, even though fireflies exist. But here, I don't know why I haven't done this before, but I was thinking about it, and the heavy infantry AT-AA push, like, so like, it would just be really, really good against UK. Since like their artillery base is 45 supply and quarter pounders are 25 supply each, and they're not really that good, or 87mm, whatever you want to call them. Like UK just doesn't have a whole lot of options against good like heavy infantry AT gun AA timing. Right, with the Persian again, there's not usually much of a reason to ever get super Persians in 1v1 on this map, because super Persians are better against, well, they're 2 speed faster, they're 36 instead of 34 speed. But they're better against level 5 armor. Against level 4 armor, they do the same as Persians, and they both have the same HE damage. So they're basically the same unit, but they get Super Persian. It's 50 more seconds and 25 more supply. It's like, get Dispel Persians. You don't need Super Persians. Like, almost never see level 5 armor in 1v1, at least on a closer map. The only time you ever see it really is against Japan making Horis. Or against King Tigers. Against King Tigers and Horis. So that's when you get the Super Persian. Otherwise, you don't need it. I'm doing a push here. So he's making Hurricanes. I'm making M16s. Hurricanes versus M16s beat Hurricanes. Well, it depends. Like, it should have it should like one they both outscale each other, or not out. They both like become much more effective the bigger the difference in numbers. Like 10 Hurricanes is just gonna like annihilate like 5 and 15s. But on the other hand, 10 and 15s is gonna annihilate 5 Hurricanes. So it's really about getting a numbers advantage first in this match, in this combination. So I guess a 2-pounder, but I'm like, whatever, let me just kill Depot. So I just actually kind of ignored a 2-pounder. I didn't know it was going to take me so long to kill this. I'm going to shoot down a Hurricane. I'm only losing 15 supply here. One shot from death, but then this guy panics. I'm like, fucking really? It was risky leaving him right here, since he could get killed by the Hurricanes. Kill another Hurricane. I'm winning out on his trades, but he's starting to like get air control. Like I'm losing my ability to contest his air. Then he can like start killing my other units. But I mean, I killed a depot here, so he's behind on depots. That he does a push. Like I was over here earlier, but I have more rangers, so. Also, now I start sending out Bofers, so I can put them in the middle, since Bofers are much more resilient. Like, it takes 3 Hurricanes to kill one in forest and 2 in the open. M16s get one shot by Hurricane, so. I started M16s literally because I'm just trying to do a push. Again, like, the faster you do a push, the better. Like, if you have an advantage in the situation, you want to exploit that advantage before the enemy gets rid of your advantage or does a counter or something. So that's why I do M16s. Like, I almost always start M16s whenever I'm doing US against air on this map, or in general even. Since I get my purging, then I want to push right away. I don't want to wait, 40 seconds for my Bofors to get in position, or even more, depending on if I blitz or not. But yeah, I'll see, like, he's killed a bunch of my M16, so I'll have killed a bunch of his Hurricanes. It's just time for me to do a little bit of regrouping and finally get the Bofors out. I'm killing this depot. Like, he kills another M16 and doesn't lose a Hurricane, but I mean, he's just gonna be down to 3 depots that are very low on money. And like, he just doesn't have anything to stop the AA Persian heavy infantry push. Unless he got Fireflies, like again, that's 100 supply. Like, it costs 25 to get the Archer, 75 to research the Firefly, and like, I have an economic lead, so I can just make more Persians. So yeah. Anyway, that is the end of this video.